Dude, now I feel like I have so many freaking gadgets here. Do you feel like I have too many gadgets now? Nah, I think it's okay, right?
You don't have that much, but si tienes medio desmadre, así que if you were to fix it or organize it better, I think you wouldn't feel that way.
You think so? But like, I feel like I have it organized.
I mean, Angel's organized, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I would take the control del abanico away.
Oh, for the AC?
Yeah, for the AC.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else.
Yeah. Well, Cello, we're live.
Oh, we are?
Yeah. All right. So welcome back to Hoy Nomás Podcast. My name is Angel, and today we have
Cello again.
Cello again. This is what we've come down to. Just myself and Cello.
This is my last episode, though.
Nah, why?
Bye.
So right now, currently it's 9:55 p.m. Today was been a pretty chill day. Just right now, Cello finally put the baby to sleep. We have the camera, little monitor on the baby right now in case she wakes up. But Cello gave her a bath, so I think she's gonna be good, right?
Yeah, but we'll be in a little time crunch just in case.
Yeah.
I doubt that she wakes up because she hasn't been sleeping how she usually sleeps her naps throughout the day. So I feel like she's pretty tired, pero
Right.
just in case.
Yeah.
But we have the monitor on her.
Yeah.
So
So I was already feeling a little bit sleepy. Right before we did this, I was telling Cello, like, man, like I want to do it, but I'm a little tired. But then if we wait for tomorrow, being Sunday, then it's just gonna prolong just everything, right? Like the editing and everything. So tomorrow I might have to cut the grass here around the house, and then other things come up. Then I want to take Cello out and the baby, Teddy, to probably either Seaport Village or Coronado. Just a lot of different things come up, so I wanted to get it over with. So yeah, I feel better now. I feel like I woke up again.
Yeah, because when I got out of the room that I told you, oh, we're going to record, and now you're just kind of like, ugh.
Yeah, I was feeling down, but I really enjoy doing podcasts. So here we are. Just briefly, I wanted to talk about something that I mentioned to a couple of people, like my cousin Julian. I mentioned it to you. Then I even asked AI whether or not I should be doing this for the YouTube channel, well, for the podcast channel. And what right now, if you guys do keep up with the channel or not, what I'm going to be doing is this is going to be episode 80. And so 80 episodes, right? And what happened was that a lot of old episodes from the past, I wasn't doing as much editing. So what I'm going to be doing now is out of each podcast, aside from doing the TikToks, those reels, the vertical clips, I'm also going to be doing like 3-minute up to 8-minute, 10-minute clips of, let's say if we talk about a specific story, then that itself, it can be its own individual clip that we're going to be doing. So I'm going to be going back to old episodes, and I'm going to be clipping out sections of that podcast and making it its own clip, 3-minute, 8-minute clip with its own thumbnail, right? So you guys are probably going to be seeing a lot more content, but the way that I'm going to be separating the clips to the actual podcast, the podcast we're still going to be uploading on Wednesdays. But I'm going to make sure that each of the new podcasts, it's going to have its episode number. That way you guys can see that episode such, like for example, this one, episode 80, it's going to have its own title with episode 80. And then all the other clips, they're going to have the Hoy Nomás Podcast Clips logo on the corner. And somewhere in the title, I'm going to say clip from episode such, right? Just so you guys know where that episode is coming from. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So what was your thought when I mentioned that to you, babe? When I first told you about that?
I don't know. I was kind of thrown off because I was like, damn, that's going to be a lot of work because there's just so many. I wonder, I'm trying to think, like around from what episode to what episode will you start doing that though? Like from half of the episodes?
From the ones that I feel like I want to be clipping from, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
So here's an example, right? So here and the, can you see it?
I'll just look on the monitor.
Okay, so right here we have little girl's ghost, right? In the Oinamas podcast clips right there. That came from, well, then the next one we have, after 50 years working, he received this 7-Eleven employee. So all of these I already started clipping from last week's episode. So you guys are gonna see this. I've been messing around with the different thumbnails, and I really like the latest one I did, which was the little girl's ghost. So I just wanted to give you guys a little concept, just in case you guys do see that change in the channel. Like I said, I asked various people, and a lot of, like, pretty much this, I received the same response, including AI told me the pros and cons, and it told me, you know what, just do it. It's easier to maintain. So yeah, I just didn't want to overwhelm people to all this extra content. Now, something that I did mention to Chelo is that think about a podcast as a book, right? At times you might judge a book by its cover, so you don't end up reading it, right? Just like, but if you were to actually had picked up this book, and maybe the first couple of chapters you weren't really interested in, but maybe the chapter that you skipped on reading, it could have impacted your life tremendously, right? So now what I'm doing is this podcast, this quote unquote book, that if you would have missed reading or watching or listening to, if I clip those sections that I feel they're worthy of clipping, then hopefully what my goal with this, it can reach more audience, and hopefully it can attract more people to the podcast, right? So that's a whole goal. That's my whole rant with what I'm going to be doing with the clips. So also shout out to Danny Flores. If you watch this, bro, thank you. He was also another person. Well, he was the one that I talked to, and he kind of convinced me on doing this before I started bringing it up to different people. So
okay.
Yeah. What do you think? It's going to be a good move? Hopefully. Yeah. But like, if I don't try it, then we don't know, right?
Yeah.
Or what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I feel like if you don't try it, you're not going to know. And maybe like you're going to be, once you start doing it, you're like, oh, damn, this is working. Or you're like, I don't know, like maybe I shouldn't be clipping that many things.
Right.
You won't know until you don't try it.
Yes. So a lot of bigger channels, they have their separate clips channel, right? But like AI was saying, now you're going to have to be maintaining another channel. It's going to be 2 different channels to be looking over. Plus, I'm going to be starting from scratch over there. So just keep it within here. And then maybe at one point, if the channel gets bigger, then maybe that's when we separate. But so right now we're keeping everything within.
Yeah, I think if I didn't know you and then I saw that you were like, oh, like you guys have to subscribe now to this one to see this, I'll be like, I know, like I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I would probably be annoyed. I'm like,
right. It'll be too many channels,
like,
right? Yeah, exactly.
Otro y otro.
Yeah.
No.
Do you know of any other channels that do something similar or not really?
No, not really.
Oh, you don't really keep up with any channels like that?
I feel like, oh, actually, never mind. The only other one that I can think about is like Shane.
Yeah.
Because he has like he has 2 separate channels, but one of them is specifically for the podcast, and then the other one is like his blogs. But
Gotcha.
I feel like sometimes I get confused, and I'm like, oh shit, which one's the podcast and which one's the blog one? But
yeah,
that's pretty much it.
Cool. All right, so what are we gonna start off with? Or here, let me do the intro so we can get started with this.
Are you ready? Welcome to Hoy No Más Podcast with Angel Houseman.
All right, Chelo. So, spooky season is here?
Pumpkin spice season.
Do you like pumpkin spice?
You know what? I've been going to Starbucks. I'm guilty for it. Yeah. But I've never had a pumpkin whatever from Starbucks.
No?
No.
I feel like those are the drinks that attract me the most. Like the the pumpkin spice lattes. Those are super, super good.
No, I've been going, I feel like lately, I don't know what's wrong with me, but I've been going to Starbucks like every day for a week now.
But why though?
I don't know, dude. I just get like, I feel like that's like my craving for the day. And you know this because I'll be like, I'm going to go to Starbucks or I'm going to get this. But
where did all of this come from? Because I feel like you wouldn't really go to Starbucks.
No, I
that
would.
much.
I would never go to Starbucks. I'll have one like.
But you
cada
feel.
cuando.
But you feel like it's the media or the, because a lot of different girls post it,
Yeah.
right? Like you said before we even started the podcast, there's a little trend, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you get encouraged or not necessarily brainwashed, but do you feel like since you're seeing it so much,
Like that I need to be part of it?
yeah.
No, because I'll go to Starbucks and I won't even post about it. So it's not like, oh, here's my Starbucks.
But a lot of girls do.
Yeah, a lot of people do though.
But you feel like that's a motive why you go to Starbucks? Because you see it so much that maybe you want to go to?
No, because I feel like lately I've just been drinking a lot of iced coffee. So maybe that's like my little energy boost throughout the day.
But we have everything to make an iced coffee here.
I know, but it's just like el iced coffee de aquí no es lo mismo que un Starbucks.
But why? Is it better?
I'm not. I guess so. I need to like. It's because Leslie made me a nice coffee the other day. That's why I'm like, oh, I need to try making my own.
Yeah.
But she hasn't. No me ha pasado la receta, so.
But was it good?
Yeah, it was good.
So that's what I mean. Like for me, I've always said this, right? Like, I don't know, I can make my coffee here for like like a quarter of the price. Like
Yeah.
I think it's, if you make the math, and the K cups, even the K cups are expensive,
expensive
in comparison to if you get the whole bag or this jar of freaking folders, right? I'm not picky with coffee. It's just at the end of the day, coffee's coffee. Well, I guess some people are going to be like, no, you can tell the difference from this one to this one. But
Yeah.
for me, I don't really care. Like any other coffee, whatever, it's within range, I'll take that and just put a little bit of creamer and that's it.
Yeah.
But I really feel like it's more of a girl thing to go to Starbucks, have your little drink and post it on social media.
You know what? I was about this close to fall for today.
What's
to
that?
get a freaking fall Starbucks cup. Nada más porque no lo encontré.
Really?
Yeah.
But which ones are those?
So, okay, remember like 2 years ago when I was like, oh, babe, let's go to...
Oh,
we were
yeah,
like,
yeah,
but
yeah.
a bunch of
For the
stores.
Christmas ones.
Yeah, but now there's one for fall that I saw that I really wanted.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, oh, like, a ver si lo tienen, pero no lo tenían. So,
What is it or what?
I have a
No, just
screenshot.
what is it?
It's a tumbler.
Oh, it's a tumbler?
It's like the one from Christmas, but it's like different shades of orange.
Oh, really? Or you have a screenshot? Show it to the camera.
Here, let me see.
Yeah. So what is are they making this one like the trendy one for
It's
fall?
because for fall they
Yeah.
come out with their fall cups.
Yeah.
And then I think they even made a collaboration with Stanley again.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh, really?
then- yeah.
Starbucks did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is not the first collaboration porque ya habían hecho uno before.
Uh-huh.
And then they come, and then after right now fall, they'll come up with their Christmas cups.
Okay, I pull it up.
Hold on, I sent it to my friend earlier.
So right now, but I haven't really seen the trend because you know how Stanley was.
Where's-
Are you able to show it? Here, let me see.
I don't think que se mira bien.
A ver, show it.
Se mira
No,
bien
but
chiquito.
point of the camera. There we go. Really? So, you know what it kind of reminds me of?
What?
It reminds me of that candy.
What candy?
That candy. It's
The
like,
candy corn?
Yeah, candy corn one. It kind of
Oh,
reminds
yeah.
me of that, right? But yeah. So why didn't you get it?
Because they didn't have it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Don't tell me you're gonna be looking for it.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah.
Not right now.
I don't. Yeah, but I feel like I think Starbucks does a really, really good job with their marketing.
They do.
And just because they make it trendy, and I think girls fall for it the most.
Like whenever, I think it was their first collaboration with Stanley, they came out with this pink, it wasn't a tumbler, it was like it was a bigger cup. And there's a girl that I follow on TikTok and Instagram, she does makeup, and I remember she wanted this cup. And she was like, if one of you girls can get me the cup, I'll do your makeup for free.
What the hell?
Yeah, like she wanted that cup so bad that she's like, si alguien me lo consigues, we'll trade.
What the heck?
Yeah, and I don't know if she ended up, like, if she found it herself or one of her girls found it for her, but she got the cup.
Oh, okay, really?
Yeah.
That's funny. All right, so now, also since I guess I asked Chelo too, like if spooky season is considered like now, right? And to your opinion, it's
To us girls, yeah, it is.
really why
Yeah.
though? Because we're still in August, so August, September, October.
Because Halloween is till October.
Right. So you feel like it started now already?
Yeah, it started already.
Well, so stores already have all the Halloween stuff.
Oh, yeah. Target has been having all of it. Home Goods.
Really?
People have been going crazy at Home Goods already for like the whole month of August.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you've seen the TikToks que dice October. August. No, it's like it's October, or I think it might be a different word.
Oh,
but it's like August, September, October, kind of like saying like it's already
Oh, okay. So
spooky
pretty much
season.
starting from August and
till
on.
October. It's spooky season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy. Because that goes into the same thing that stores start putting out freaking holiday stuff way before, right?
Yeah, I think it was Hobby Lobby that they were putting fall stuff since like July.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, like they'll be putting en cuanto se acaba uno ponen otro.
That's crazy. Okay, so now since Chelo and I guess all the girls
All the
think
girls.
that it's spooky season already, originally I wanted Chelo's mom or her tia to even share this, but by the time that we get them on the podcast or whatnot, who knows when that's actually gonna happen. So Chelo's gonna share a little bit of a story. The whole story, because we both kind of know it. I always forget it, but when I hear it, it's crazy that things like this actually do happen. So yeah, you want to start off how everything happened?
Okay, so basically, this story is from my mom's friend,
Yeah.
like childhood friend. So when my mom and this friend, we're not gonna say her name, and this friend, when they were little, they used to play the Ouija board.
It would be your mom and her friend.
My mom, my mom's younger sister. I don't know if it was my mom, her sister, one of her sisters, this girl, this now lady, and my mom's brother. Okay, it was my mom, some of her siblings, and this girl.
Okay.
So it was like a total of 4 or 5 of them playing the Ouija
Cool.
board. My mom at that time, my mom was the oldest, and this girl, when they would play the Ouija board, I think she might have been like 3 or 4. She was really little, so she didn't know what the heck they were playing. Like, she probably thought it was like a whatever board game or something else. And the thing is that she doesn't remember anything of this. So my mom says that
Wait, hold on. Really? She don't remember? Like
she
playing?
don't remember playing the Ouija board.
What?
Because, I mean, I'm saying she was like 3 or 4.
Oh, okay.
And my mom knows all of this because my mom's way older than her. So my mom was probably like 10 or 12 when they would play.
Dang, how the heck did they even get it though?
I don't know, dude. That's a really good question because I don't know where the heck they got it from.
Let's ask your mom.
Because I know, because when I was in elementary, I had another friend that used to play it, and she said that she would draw it on paper.
Oh, your friend would draw it out?
Yeah, she
Oh,
would draw
shit.
it on paper.
Okay.
So I don't know if you draw it on paper if it actually works.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah, we're
trying
not
to
gonna
try it out, but
All right, so who knows how they got it? We're gonna ask your mom though.
Yeah.
Okay,
so anyways, they used to play the Ouija board, and I guess when they would play the Ouija board, like, they would ask like stupid questions, like, oh, does so and so have a crush on me, or things like that, like little kids questions. So my mom says that when they would play the game, my mom's youngest brother and this girl were around the same age. So whenever they would ask the Ouija board questions, the thing will swing back and forth. Just with them, though, not with anybody else.
yeah.
So, I guess they started seeing that the one that the triangle thing would move the most would be with her. So then they would make her...
With your mom's friend?
Yeah, with my mom's friend. With my mom's friend, they would see that the board would move the most than with any of them. So they would be like, oh, tú pregúntale cosas. So she would ask them a bunch of questions, and I guess it got to the point that they were like, oh, what's your name? To the entity or whatever from the Ouija board. And I remember it starts with an S. I'm just going to say Sebastian. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I guess the Ouija board told him that his name was Sebastian and that he had passed away like a long time ago, like around that area. And that was pretty much it. So I don't know for how long this went on that they would play the Ouija board, but I know it wasn't a one-time thing, and it was like a consistent thing that they would play it. But she doesn't remember none of these times that they would play the Ouija board. So this girl, she grows up, and when she grows up, she's always had like paranormal stuff happen to her. And my mom and her siblings think it's because she started playing the board with them when she was really little. It's either that and something got latched onto her, or she has something that, like, even probably maybe when she was born, like she was already born with like something.
Yeah.
That's why like all these things happened to her. But I remember my mom saying that when she got married, she went to live like to some house that her and her husband bought, and she would hear voices and like like they would talk to her, and then she would be sitting down like on the bed, and she would feel like, you know, when somebody sits down next to you, like that it kind of dips. That would happen. And then it was like a bunch of things that would happen to her. So long story short, she ends up having 2 kids. I think she has 2 sons or 3. I don't know, but she has boys. And it turns out that one of her boys, I don't know if it's the oldest or the youngest, he has the same name as the entity from the Ouija board. So if the entity from the Ouija board, if his name was Sebastian, like one of her kids has the same name.
That's insane.
But my tia, because my tia knows this, right? And my tia and my mom remember the name of the entity thing. And I guess my tia brought it up to not too long ago. And since this girl, she's been through so much already, like she's gone to like priests and stuff. I feel like at this point she doesn't want to hear it from anybody. She's like, oh, like she's trying to shut it down.
Yeah.
And I think my tia ended up telling her that the entity name from the Ouija board and her son's name was the same thing, but I don't know what she said, or I don't know if she even believed it, or she didn't care. Like, I don't know what happened there.
Yeah. But she named him without like even remembering.
No, because I'm telling you, she was a kid. She was like 3 or 4 when
That's insane.
So she obviously, like, she doesn't, I think they've asked her, do you remember playing? And she says no. So if she doesn't remember playing, I doubt that she's going to remember that this person's or this entity's name was the same as her kids, but that's pretty weird.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What do you think?
Man, it just even just naming all those things, and just like I think we've talked in the past, right? That I don't even like watching those type of movies like at all.
But did you ever watch them before?
Just I would watch them, right? Because scary movies and whatnot, right? But the thing is, now I just feel like whenever you watch a scary movie or anything like that, for me at least, I'm even like, oh fuck, I have to go turn on the lights just to go to the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
And it just brings that type of energy
and that anxiety too.
Yeah, just because of you're watching these certain things, right? So I really don't like watching that or hearing this type of stories or any, just because it stays in your mind. Yeah. What about you?
Well, you know that I loved watching these types of movies. Like, I remember growing up, we would watch a lot, like all the Conjuring ones, all the Insidious ones, the Annabelle ones, like all of those types of movies. But I would watch them, and I remember, like, I would obviously get paranoid and scared and be like, oh shoot, like I need to go to the kitchen or I need to go to the bathroom. I would freaking run and, you know, like turn on the lights. So then I would feel like when I was walking back to the room or wherever I was walking to in the house, I felt like something was following me or something was watching me. So it's like you're just being paranoid for no reason. And I mean, I will still keep watching them, but then after a while I stopped because there's just no point. And then after what happened with, you know what, a while back over here, then that was like the last one. I was like, F that, I'm not dealing with this shit anymore.
And even ayahuasca mentioned something like that.
Yeah.
Right? So what was the message you received?
Okay, so I when did I do ayahuasca? The last time was like I
Just
think it
a
was
while
2 years
back,
ago.
yeah.
Yeah, a while back. I did ayahuasca, and before I went to the second time that I did ayahuasca, I used to listen a lot to this podcast channel in Spanish that they talk about scary stories, and they talk about like stuff like The Conjuring y todas esas cosas. And to me, I saw it as something like, oh, I'm just gonna pop on my headphones and just listen to this while I do the dishes, I do laundry. Like, I just like listening to something in the background, and I wouldn't really think about like, oh shit, like something's gonna pop out. I just like listening to something, right?
Just like background noise.
Yeah, just like background noise. Instead of having on the TV, I'll just pop on the headphones. So when I did ayahuasca, I was told to, basically told me like, oh, you like listening to like these type of videos, but in reality you think me that I thought that I wasn't, like, there's no harm because I'm not like engranada into it. But they told me that I shouldn't, because things like that, like, I guess they would not necessarily get latched onto me, but that I was really sensible to those type of things or to these type of topics, and that's why I shouldn't be listening to any of that.
Yeah, because subconsciously you're like hearing this type of stories, or you're bringing this energy into you.
Yeah.
Right.
And the thing with that channel that I used to listen to was that there were stories. So like the guy would be narrating the story, right? And then he would be talking about like, for example, like the subscribers. Like, let's say you and I were listening to the same story.
Right.
People would write him back saying like, hey, like, was there a glitch in this minute because I heard this?
Oh, what the heck?
So then he started realizing that, and then he would even mention that in like mid-story. He would be like, oh, by the way, somebody said that they heard something in this last video, y esto y el otro. Or they would also say like, oh, when I listened to this specific episode, this happened to me.
Oh, shoot.
So I guess he started like, he was like, oh, like, I'm not trying to scare you guys, but there's been a pattern, like with some episodes, some people would get back to me saying like, oh, I heard this voice or this something say.
Oh, no way.
Like, they would hear like a certain phrase, or they would hear a certain noise in certain minutes.
Yeah.
Or they would watch a specific episode and they would hear, or something would happen to them afterwards.
Oh, shit. That's crazy. And because at the end of the day, everything is energy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's stop listening to that.
That's insane. Now, fuck that, man.
Yeah.
You saying all of this, does it kind of like, does it bring like any, do you feel a certain way? Are you talking about all of this or not? Or you're like, whatever?
No, I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
Why did you feel like?
No, it's just one of those things. Like I kind of enjoy the storytelling, and I enjoy listening to these because it's like I've mentioned it in the past. The reason why I like podcast stuff and or podcasting is because it takes me back to like the campfire days when you would share stories with friends, things like that, right? And listening to these stories is cool, but then at the same time, like, oh man, like, yeah, I don't like it. Yeah, I don't know. I like you, even though since last time you decided to like not listen to any of these type of things, and you mentioning the story of your tia and your mom, and even sharing the story of those podcasts that you listen to, it doesn't really bring like any
anxiety.
Yeah. Not really?
No, because I know that I feel like if I was still listening to that,
Yeah.
then I would be like, oh, I don't know. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. And don't get me wrong, dude. Like, sometimes I do feel like, oh, shit. Like, let me see what they posted today.
Oh, really?
And sometimes sí me gana la curiosidad and I'll start listening to a little bit of it. And then I'm like, oh, heck no. And then I exit out of it.
Yeah. Screw that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know. Like, what do you... It's because energy is everything, dude. Like, energy... Like, for example, even when they say, like... when we pass away, yeah, our body stays here in the physical realm, right?
Yeah.
But our spirit, our energy continues. And whether you believe in going to heaven or whatnot, or what's the other one that you're reincarnated? A lot of people believe in that. I personally believe in reincarnation, right? Because we've heard of so many different stories that when people pass away, even like I think earlier today you mentioned that there's been cases of stories when kids are, they're babies and they continue telling their parents, their new parents, like, hey, you know what, I was born so and so place and I remember this house. They describe the house, they describe maybe the parents, and they end up taking the kid back to the house that the kid is describing, and it turns out that that house actually exists.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just one of many different examples of incidents that happen, but I'm a strong believer in reincarnation.
Yeah. I remember when I started seeing that, you know what Reddit is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I started seeing like a thread on Reddit about moms that would ask their kids, or it might not be that they all ask their kids, but some of them, the kids, I don't know, their son would be like, oh mommy, I love you, but I miss my other mom.
Oh shoot, really?
And they would be telling them like, oh yeah, like my other mom used to be like this and like that, and we used to live here, y cositas así.
Yeah.
That she would be like, dude, how are you like making this up right now?
Yeah.
And the kid would be like, I don't know, like 2-3 years old.
Oh shoot! Didn't you mention something along the lines to ask that you're supposed? Well, you're not supposed to, right? But if you ask a kid between those ages 2 or 3, that they have more of a probability of remembering maybe a past life.
Yeah, I've read that in a book, a baby book, like an astrology book, that if obviously not all of them are going to give you an answer, or they might not want to give you an answer, because I've read that too, that there was parents that asked their kids like, oh, where did you came from, or where were you before you got here?
Yeah.
And the kid was like, oh, you wouldn't understand, so I can explain it to you.
What the? No way.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
So even if they know the answer, they're not necessarily means that they're going to tell you.
So the kids would answer that. Oh shoot, that's crazy. Damn. I don't know. I've never heard about that before.
Well, think about, isn't this, I feel like I think about this every now and then, and I feel like it trips me out.
Yeah.
That right now, like, you're Angel, you're right here in this body.
Yeah.
But whoever you were in a past life, your body is somewhere around in this world.
Oh yeah.
Or whoever you were in your past lives, like, your body is somewhere here.
Yeah. Yeah. Whoever you were in a past life is
resting somewhere
is
here.
buried somewhere. That's insane, right? Huh. And I mean, if we talk about this, it's just gonna take us to a whole nother conversation, right? Like, then what the heck is life, right?
Yeah.
So we just continue going and going and going.
Like, there was this theory too that I saw a long time ago, that it said that your birthday is actually the date that you died.
Really?
Yeah.
So saying kind of like, as soon as you pass away, then you enter a different body right away, or?
I don't remember. That one was kind of confusing, but it was basically like your birthday is the day that day that you passed away, and then everything you're living right now is just like a memory.
A memory? How is it though? Like a memory of
like
what?
If you're reliving all of this.
Oh, okay.
Like if we're dead right now, but we're like, oh shit, like we're doing a podcast. Like you and I are doing a podcast.
Yeah. So kind of similarity to when they say that when you're on your last minutes, you're recollecting all your memories in seconds, right?
Yeah.
Like everything that we're doing right now may seem like we're actually doing it right now, but in reality, you're just recollecting all your memories that you passed through your whole life. Yeah, it's weird.
It's like if it was just a movie.
Yeah, I don't know. So I think we talked about this in the past. Do you feel like this is all a simulation and quote unquote it's all a game?
Yeah.
Really?
We're just a character in each other's lives.
I wonder if we were part of each other's life in the past.
Remember that girl I told you I met at work that she read my astrology card? And she asked me what sign I was and what you were. She told me that you and I had known each other in a past life. But I don't know, like, if we were friends or if we were, like, partners. I don't know what we were. But she said that we knew each other from a past life.
And she said that based just on her horoscope?
So she'll ask you for your birthday, where you were born, and I think the time. And that's going to give you that's your, like, astrology chart. And then you have the rising sign, your moon sign, all these different signs. Because you're like an Aries, but then you're also like all these other signs depending when you were born, like where the sun was or algo así. Is you're just not an Aries. You're like all these other signs. So depending on your, ¿cómo se dice? I guess she was able to tell from what she read from my card.
Does it get you sad, like thinking, or do you ever wonder, like, dang, on my next life, am I gonna like meet my parents again? Am I gonna see them? Or does it get you sad in any way? Or does it make you value them a little bit more?
I do get sad, but I feel like we've been in the same, like, we've been family all this, like, through past lives, we've been family.
You feel like like your actual parent and mom, your mom and dad?
No, I'm not saying like I don't think my mom and my dad were actually my parents. Like, I was also reading into the astrology thing that they say that when you have a lot of beef with one parent in this life, is because in a past life they were probably like your partner.
What?
Yeah.
Like boyfriend and girlfriend type of stuff?
Like, for example, like for me, like I feel like I've always had beef with my dad in this life.
Right.
So that in a past life, maybe I don't know if I was a girl or if I was a guy, but we were the parents, and then maybe Leslie and my mom were our kids.
Oh, shoot. That's weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's trippy, huh?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? As a matter of fact, well, I had never really thought about it like that, but I've heard about that, right? I forgot where I heard it, right? But I think it was one of the kids, or I don't know if it was a TikTok or something like that, which there's one in specific that I wanted to look up. But I think I saw that one of the kid told the mom, like, hey, like, I used to be your parent back then.
You see, I'm telling you.
So yeah, this
dude, I got the fucking chills.
Yeah, that's insane, right? Oh man. So I guess maybe in that sense, it doesn't really get you sad because you feel like we've gone through this before.
Yeah.
That's super weird. Let me pull up that picture. I don't think it'll be the viral video of the week, right? But here, let me pull it up right now because it kind of correlates to that. And you can watch that screen over there.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Which one is it? Oh my gosh, that song.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me bring down the volume real quick.
But I know you.
So right here it says, my mom passed away September 17th, 2021 at night. And I got pregnant with my first child and had him March 4, 2023 at night. This is him. So that's the girl's baby.
Son.
Yeah. And check this out. And this is the mom.
Dude, stop.
Yeah. What do you think?
Dude, that's like... They're twins.
Yeah. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they look just like each other. Now, I'm pretty sure people are going to be like, yeah, well, it's genetics, right? And obviously, you guys are family members, so it happens all the time that kids look like their
grandparents
or just the genes within the family, right? So, but you just never know, right? And kind of correlates to back then, or what we were just saying right now, that I forgot where I heard it, but I heard that story where the kid was telling the mom, like, hey, I used to be your parent.
Yeah.
And so now the roles changed.
Yeah.
And now if this is true, then it would be the same story, similar story, that now her son is the mom that passed away.
Yeah.
So who knows? Let's read some of the comments that they were saying. So it says, reincarnation scares me because it's her, but it's also not her.
It's a new her.
Yeah, it's a new her.
Yeah.
So it's true, right? So now, obviously, if it is the mom's maybe not going to remember that she used to be the mom. It's her new version of herself.
Yeah.
It's similar to when they say that at times when you come back, it's because maybe you're here to learn a new lesson in life. Right? And supposedly not until you learn the lesson that you were supposed to receive, or your goal in life to accomplish or whatnot, you continue reliving your life.
Well, haven't you heard too that if you don't have kids in this life, like let's say if you're living right now and you don't have kids, or if you made it to whatever age you are, like I don't know, like 70, 80, and you didn't have kids, it's because this is your last life.
If you didn't have any kids?
No.
Oh, what the heck?
Because it's like you completed, like your soul has completed whatever it needed to learn throughout its life. So then your last life, you don't have kids. But then if you do have kids, that means that your soul needs to keep like if you have kids, you're gonna keep coming back.
Oh shoot, I've never heard of that.
And if you don't have kids, it's because it's like it's done. It already learned what it needed to learn.
Oh, that's crazy. I never heard about that one. Let's what else did they say? No, that's absolutely identical. Well, she's back. I would be emotional.
Oh
I would be emotional and terrified at the same time. She came back. He looks exactly like her. Yeah, that's insane, right? You just never know. You never know. But do you believe in that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, well, obviously you do, right? Like you said, maybe you feel like your parents have already been part of your life in the past.
For sure.
Yeah, it's just all of this is weird, right? Like, what the heck is life? And I don't know. Just so many mysteries. Do you feel like there's people that know the true reality behind life? Like the elites. Do you feel like they know?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Really?
But they're not going to tell us.
Yeah. Why do you think not?
I feel like no les conviene because
I think for control.
I feel like it would end the rat race that we're all in.
Really? Why? How would that end the rat race? Is it because now if you know that he just come back, it's like, oh, well, I'll start over again.
Yeah.
Really?
Like game over and then
like which at the end of
game.
Which at the end of the day, it's a sad way to think about it because of that type of incident of happening, right? In order for you to restart, it's quote unquote, it sounds cool, like, oh, I'll just restart again, right? But it's sad when it actually happens, right?
Yeah.
But in a sense, if it is that, then it's just like, well, fuck it, like I want to be another character, right?
Yeah, but it's like you don't know if your next character is gonna be better or it's gonna be worse than the one you're in right now.
Then restart it again. Right?
But then it's like you have just, let's say if you had like 10 chances to come back and you're in your 9th, and then you're just gonna have one left, but you don't know if you have one left. You don't know how many you have left.
Yeah. True. We just don't know. So that's why you should be, my mindset is that you should try to be the best version of yourself always.
Oh, you know what I was gonna tell you? That the birth chart,
The birth
chart, the one that I was telling you that the girl read to me. There's this part of the chart that you have to pay attention, and that I was seeing it in a freaking TikTok the other day. That tells you what is the easiest way for you to make money.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like everybody has a different thing. So like you might be struggling and be like, dude, like I'm trying to make money out of this and like I really want to do this. But according to your chart, like you might be good at something that you don't even think about. And that's the easiest way for you to make money.
Yeah, but what, it's a birth chart?
Yeah, but it goes off like from your birthday, the place you were born, the time. There's like a lot of things that you have to put into it and it's going to give you different signs.
Oh, shit.
So there's this specific one that you have to look at. Oh, they call it houses.
Okay.
And I think it's your 8th house. And the number 8 is associated to wealth. So your 8th house, whatever it is in your 8th house, that's what's going to tell you what will be the easiest way for you to make money.
Oh, no way, dude. Dude, let's check that out. And maybe we should share it on what this bird chart said for us.
Yeah.
That's insane. I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. Okay, look at Chelo, man, having some knowledge and stuff. Yeah. Dude, that's crazy. So yeah, for next time that let's write that down, dude, the birth chart. And that way,
a pen.
Yeah, that way next time that we come on the podcast, we're able to see what supposedly would be. But how is it going to tell us what's easy for us?
Because it's whatever's in the 8th house.
Okay, but is it going to say, like, is it like a chart or something?
It's a chart.
Okay.
So whatever comes out in the 8th house is whatever you should try.
Okay. Yeah, we'll take that note and then we'll share it on our next episode we do together. Mm-hmm. Cool. We'll do yours and mine.
Alrighty.
What do you think mine is?
I don't know. Mine, I think to what I looked on mine, something that it said that I was supposed to be really good at was public relations.
Oh, really?
But I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
I have to look it up.
Yeah, I feel like you have a very, not to be sexist or anything like that, right? But I feel like you have that very motherly, very like holding down the household type of thing because you like cleaning, you like all maintaining the like everything a specific way. You're very good with the baby. I feel like that comes easy for you.
Yeah.
Not sure if I'm correct, but that's my perspective from
like an outsider perspective.
Yeah. Maybe somewhere along those lines. But I don't know if you're just good at it, but I don't know if you enjoy it.
I don't know. Like to me, that feels like
just normal, natural.
Like if it just feels like if I already done it, even though I don't know what the heck I'm doing like on a daily basis. Yeah,
it comes super easy to you. By the way, I got these. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see it, but I got these little note cards. You know, I always try to improve the podcast channel, man. Like Chelo, I don't know how Chelo thinks about all these things, but man, I love podcasts, right? I really, really enjoy it. Like for instance, right now that Chelo's here, I get to chat with Chelo, which at times, like these conversations, at times we talk about it, but she's either like doing her thing, I'm doing my thing, and
it's brief.
Yeah, it's brief, or we're just sidetracked with doing whatever we're doing, right? And having these conversations, it's dope because a lot of these things we hadn't even talked about, right? So anyway, so like I was saying, I always like to improve the podcast, and just have little things like I just got a keyboard for the tablet because it makes it easier for me to like search things up if I need to type. And I got these little cards like whenever you used to watch a show on TV and the interviewer would have some notes. Well, I got the same thing, but for the podcast here. So I'm taking down some notes. I had some little notes for this episode, just so we can make sure that we touch base on that. So that's what I'm holding here.
Did we touch base on all of them?
Yeah.
¿O no escribiste nada?
Yeah. So, yeah. Is the baby good? You can see her?
Yeah, I can see her.
She's good?
Yeah, she's good.
Oh, okay. All right.
She's moving a little bit, but she's good.
All right. So let's wrap it up with the viral video of the week. like I said, I'm not sure if it's viral for you guys or whatnot, but it just the whole concept of the viral video of the week. It's our interpretation of something that we saw that's interesting. Eventually, if there is something going viral and we catch it for that week's episode, then we'll share it. But this caught my attention. Not sure if this one in specific it's true or not, but it caught my attention. And just if it is, it's super weird and kind of insane that this actually is going to be happening. And if it's not, then they made a cool TikTok about it.
What is it?
All right.
I'm gonna look this way.
El video viral de la semana. The viral video of the week en Hoy No Más Podcast.
All right, so the viral video of the week for us is going to be this right here. Let me make sure you can watch it.
Check this out.
You can like play with the spot. But yeah, watch this. Just bring it over to us here. Isn't that crazy?
No way.
That's a startup called Reflect Orbital, and they allow you to order sunlight at night from your phone. The way it works is that they have a bunch of mirror satellites in space, and when you order light, they just redirect the light from the sun all the way down to your location on Earth. And it looks like this from your location. And I guess they use this to power solar farms at night, or you could maybe order it if you're lost in the forest. I feel like this video might be a fake demo. I mean, these guys had this video on YouTube 5 months ago where they did the same thing using mirrors and a balloon. But that's by far the craziest idea I've heard this year. It has to be illegal in some way, right? You can't just order sunlight on your friend's house at 3 a.m. Check this out.
That's insane, right?
That's trippy.
That's insane.
It is.
So who knows if this is true or not, but if it is, I don't know. Like, I have no idea how that it would even work out.
So basically, if you want sunlight, if you're like, oh, I want the sun to hit my house right now, you would order it through your phone, and then you would just have a beam of light
Yeah.
to your back.
Yeah.
What the?
Yeah, because he said, what is it that I guess they have like
Mirrors.
Mirrors?
In outer space or
You
something.
can like play with the spot. But yeah, watch this. Just bring it over to us here. Isn't that crazy?
No way.
That's a startup called Reflect Orbital, and they allow you to order sunlight at night from your phone. The way it works is that they have a bunch of mirror
they have a lot of
satellites
mirrors, I guess, in the sky, and they
space
just
and-
redirect the sunlight to wherever you want. And I guess
But then if the sun is on the other side of the world, how the heck does it bounce off to the mirror?
I don't know. Well,
Makes no sense.
you heard about that, right? That supposedly the sun is artificial now, and there was a switch in there. Have you heard about that?
No.
You haven't heard of the hexagon sun?
No.
Really?
No, I haven't.
What the heck? Yeah. So once again, this is a whole different, like, there's so many different conspiracies out there, but supposedly they were saying that there was a specific time that they switched out. I think it was because of the eclipse that they supposedly switched out the real sun for an artificial sun, that before you would actually see the sun or the sunbeam to be like that yellow kind of light, that you would see the glare being yellow and the reds and stuff. And now a lot of people are saying, man, I don't remember the sun being like that anymore. Now whenever you see the sunlight, it's just like a white light, similar to what they were showing right now, right? Which it just gets you thinking, but maybe we're not out there like really paying attention as much. But yeah, supposedly the sun now, it's a hexagon sign. Never seen it?
No.
Let me see if I can pull it up. While I pull it up, tell me something, Chelo. Tell me something.
I just had something in my head right now.
Does it have to do with
I remember what it was.
Yeah, go ahead.
I had seen this video of this old man that he said, I think they asked him, oh, do you believe in aliens or something along those lines?
Yeah.
And he said,
Oh shit.
we are so
Shit, sorry.
this.
Go ahead.
He said, you guys are like us, or as society, we're so focused on what's in front of us and our surroundings that we never pay attention what's up there.
Right.
And he's like, and if you guys were to pay attention to like just look at the sky for 1 hour at a day out of the day, you would see so many things that you don't even realize.
Yeah.
And you know what? Something weird that's happened to me a couple times. Has it ever happened to you that you're driving and you see like a shadow that goes on top of you, but there's nothing?
Nah. What do you mean?
Yeah, like if let's say okay, so everything has a shadow, right? But to me, it's happened that sometimes it looks like if something passed on top of the car, but there's nothing. Like I'll look up and there's nothing.
What the heck?
Like there'll be I can specifically see a shadow, but there's nothing like physically that you can see that. Or you're like, oh, this shit passed over me.
Okay, I kind of think I know what you're talking about. That it just goes over the car or something.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, I think I've experienced that before.
Yeah, like you're like, what the heck was that? And then you try to turn around to see what it was,
Yeah.
but there's nothing.
Yeah,
But there was a shadow.
Right. Well, even similar to when, I don't know if you remember, I don't know if you actually saw it when we went hiking. It was
to Iron Mountain?
Iron Mountain, that it was late at night and we were like super high up in the mountain. And I think that's one of the highest like places, points in San Diego, right? But there was like literally like a lot of lights moving around on the sky. You remember that? Or I don't even know if you paid attention to that.
I do remember that because that's when you said, oh, this would be cool to have
a telescope.
A telescope.
Yeah, so I wanted to bring a telescope up there because you're already like so high up, right? Now, if you have a telescope even closer to the sky, I really wonder what we would be able to find.
Mm-hmm.
Where they freaking take us. All right, so this is what I was talking about right now. And I kind of want to go back to the old video right now just so we can go look over the comments. But yeah, so this is this is the... So let me see if I can find it.
Absolute proof.
Yeah, there's a lot of videos out there that they show the hexagon. I guess this is one of them. There's some other ones though.
This is a picture I took of the sun.
There we go. This is a good one.
From my backyard. Okay. Look at the sun. I'm not going to say much here. I just want you guys to look and tell me if you notice any differences. This is a picture of the sun just the other day. I want you to really pay attention to these light rays. And then this little reflective dot down here. Right near. Just look. Take a second. Here's a close-up of that picture from the sun last year. Notice the ball. The soft light. It's got some rays that kind of beam. It's got beams of light. And then this is the zoomed-in sun from the other day. Tell me what you think that looks like. Tell me what you think that looks like. I have my own thoughts and opinions on what my opinion is on what this looks like based on the lights. How they are.
Yeah, there was other pictures symbolizing that, right?
Absolute proof that the sun is not real. That was created by NASA under Operation Star. As you can see here, the hologram is glitched, and you can see two suns. Absolute proof that the sun is not real.
Yeah, so I don't know. There were some other videos that you could actually see supposedly the hexagon in the actual sun, but yeah, that was the whole theory with
the sun.
With the sun, that supposedly now a lot of people are saying that the sun is artificial now. So who knows? But going back to the video where we're talking about, I wonder what the comments are saying. So gonna shine this on my neighbor's crib all night. So dude, I wonder if this is true or not. Like there's gonna have to be some rules to it, right? It's not like you can just like order it and just freaking shine the light on them, right?
I don't know.
Yeah. Selling jars of air only 20. What the hell? Sunlight delivery at night before GTA 6. No way this is real. This is absolutely fictional. You could hear the drone in the background. So a lot of people are saying that this is fake, I guess. They done implemented the orbital cannon. So yeah, who knows? Yeah. You think it's fake? You think it's real?
I think it's fake.
Yeah. All right. So anything else, Chilo? What emoji are we gonna leave behind?
The sun.
The sun.
sun
Yeah, we'll do the
emoji.
sun.
A ghost. And a pumpkin.
Nah. Let's do a sun, a ghost, and a cup of coffee.
Okay.
Yeah, one of those three.
Okay. So
Yeah.
the sun,
Yeah,
a ghost,
ghost.
or a cup of coffee.
Yeah,
All right.
cool. I think that pretty much wraps up what we talked about.
Yeah.
Cool. Any final words, Chilo? You're tired now, huh?
Yeah, I feel tired now, dude. I feel like I had so much energy before the podcast, and now I feel like I'm getting drained.
So right now, it's currently 10:54 p.m. So just it's late, and that way you guys know what time we're actually filming this.
I'm going straight to bed right now.
Are you? I'm gonna try to edit it right now.
You're crazy.
We'll see. Maybe I'll just go to bed, but I'll try to edit it if I can.
Alrighty.
Yeah. By the way, so yeah, all of this is just still like takes a lot of work, man, to do that. Like, yeah, I've gotten the podcast editing like super fast now, but there's a lot of like work
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, behind the scenes when it comes down to like finding the clips, doing the reels, getting them edited, posting them. It's a lot of work, but it's very, very possible that even saying that this is going to be episode 80, right? That means through freaking what? How many weeks in a year? Like 52. So that means I've been consistently for over a year, maybe one or two missed here and there, but like posting content after content and podcasts and conversations and stories.
Well, you're closer to the 2-year mark because
Yeah.
you're like, if we're on episode 80, you're more than halfway.
Yeah. So I guess it just shows that I really enjoy doing all of this and I enjoy the content. So hopefully you guys are enjoying it and hopefully you guys are tagging along and following the journey. And I eventually want to have more interaction with people listening in. If you guys have stories, especially now that the holidays are coming up, shoot me some messages. Let me know any ideas. If you want to call in, if you want to call in, do a video call or whatnot. Just want to bring you guys along because I really, really do appreciate your guys' time. So cool. I think Chill is falling asleep.
Yeah.
All right.
Friggin'
Once again, like I always like to say, it's a greater risk not taking a risk. My name is Angel Houseman.
And cello.
All right. Till next time.
Bye.
Hoy no más.